I got zapped into an ABO universe as Ethan Caldwell, a spoiled rich kid fated to bully the story's hero, Lucas Reed. To save myself, I stepped in when Lucas was mocked, throwing shade to defend him. When his family tried to crush him, I sent my guards to back him up. Lucas asked why I'm so nice. Me. We're bros, right? Helping's no biggie. After he differentiated, he showed up with a marriage form, claiming our genes are a 100% match. Him. We're bros, right? So, getting hitched is no biggie. I saw him as a brother, but this sly alpha wants me as his husband. I landed in an ABO world. In the original plot, I'm Ethan Caldwell, a jerk who torments Lucas Reed before he differentiates and humiliates Sophie Snow, an Omega posing as a beta, meant to be his wife. My fate, I pick fights, become an F-class Omega, get disowned, hit the streets, and die young. Here's the deal. I'm not into becoming an Omega or diving into a same-sex romance. Dying young? No extra lives. Living on the streets? Hard pass. Also, I glanced at Lucas, sprawled after I accidentally kicked him. He's 18, scrawny, shorter than my sister. No clue if this kid could become a powerhouse alpha for revenge. That kick felt like bullying a child. In my old world, I was a law-abiding guy, kind, sharp-tongued, no kid-kicking. So I shot him a look. Starlight Academy on gridirons sunk so low, they're taking you now? This world's got a strict pecking order. Folks are split into alphas, betas, and omegas. Alphas run the show, top dogs. They've got a mental C, boosting smarts and strength, but it can get stormy. When an alpha's mental C rages, an omega's needed to calm it. Alphas and omegas are ranked by genes. A high-class alpha in a mental storm could kill a low-class omega trying to help. Nobody cares. High-class alphas call low-class omegas disposables. In the story, Ethan was the Caldwell family's sole heir. Raised harshly, he was pushed to be number one, or his dad would tell him to drop dead. He got the best resources, becoming a teen prodigy on the capital planet. At 17, a genetic condition hit. Doc said he'd only be an Omega, maybe not even C-class if luck tanked. A-class Omegas could be married off strategically. C-class? Useless. The Caldwells, capital big shots, needed an A-class or higher alpha heir. Ethan's fame meant vanishing would raise eyebrows. So, his dad exiled him to Gridiron, a Caldwell-owned planet with a medical research hub. He transferred from the Imperial Academy to Starlight Academy. If he tweaked his genes to become an alpha, he might return. If he turned low-class Omega, the family would quietly erase their shame, a common clan move. Starlight's not Caldwell-run. Newbies share dorms, randomly paired. Ethan's roommate was a scrawny kid, unlikely to be an alpha. Back on the Capitol, that kid wouldn't even see Ethan's face. Feeling dissed, Ethan kicked him. His condition flared and he died. Enter me. Hell of a start. Ethan was an arrogant genius who saw commoners like Lucas as trash. If I went all, hey buddy, the research hub might nab me for experiments. The Caldwells are nuts, so I threw out that snarky jab. The kid on the floor? The Empire's future star, one of 10 S-class alphas. Right now, Lucas Reed was sprawled, malnourished, barely standing. His eyes blazed like a lone wolf's, a hot lone wolf. Even as a bean sprout, he's got hero vibes. Nice glare. I raised an eyebrow. Lucas tensed. I said, on the Capitol, we fist bumped to say hi. Didn't know Starlight skips that. My bad. I offered my hand. Your roommate, Ethan Caldwell. Lucas swatted it away, snarling, beat it. He staggered up, slammed the door, and split. No shock there. Getting kicked by your roommate and then offered a handshake? Weird. Next day, mech class. Gridiron's a frontier planet hit by alien beast attacks. Starlight trains frontline fighters. Mech class is mandatory. Hey, roomie, round 2. I grinned at Lucas. He froze, thrown by my chill vibe. I kept my act. Let's see if I can flip your mech today. I smirked. Don't be so lame you can't pilot one. Fuming, Lucas climbed into his mech, silent. I hopped into mine. Our mech's red eyes glowed. He struck first. Per the story, Ethan and Lucas's beef peaked in mech class. Piloting needs strong, stable mental power. The stronger an alpha's mental C, the better the mech. Lucas, pre-differentiation, had crazy mental power, a natural. Ethan's condition messed with his emotions. Facing Lucas, jealousy hit. His unstable emotions broke his mech's link and he lost. He couldn't stomach losing to a nobody. His bullying went public. His temper tanked his mental C, leading to an F-class Omega differentiation. But nobody's calmer than an office worker who died grinding on a project. Ethan's skills? Mine now. The fight was brutal. Ethan's body was trained young, but Lucas was a genius. I barely hung on. Using experience, I dragged it out until his mech ran dry, winning by a sliver. Lucas stepped out, drenched. After that kick, he nearly matched me. His talent was insane. Trash stays trash. Look at him, wiped out. He'll turn Omega and drop out. Ha! Then we'll hit the camps for fun. Low-class Omegas go to camps on frontier planets. They can't leave, but Alphas can visit during ruts. I slid back into my mech. I aimed my chainsword at the 5 mockers. My mech tilted its head. All 5 of you, let's dance. 3 minutes later, their mechs were junk. The pilots, who knows? I hopped out, telling the coach, charge the damages to the Caldwells. Money's no object. To the Rex, I yelled, 5 of you can't beat 1 low-class Omega. Pathetic. Lucas rested at the field's edge, spent. I jogged over, sitting beside him. He glanced over. You stole my move. 10 words, 2 days, 11 words, counting his beat it. I grinned. Gonna charge me royalties? I nailed it better. You're good. He paused, and thanks. My nerves settled. That kick doomed Ethan, but Lucas isn't the future alpha yet. Easy to trick. I offered my hand. I'm awesome, you're decent. Hungry? Cafeteria? He didn't take it, but followed. He grabbed the cheapest nutrient paste. Starlight's tuition kills commoners. Lucas, broke, skimped to survive. Paste keeps you alive, but teens need more. No wonder he's scrawny. No greens, no shellfish. Seafood solid here? Try it. I stacked his tray with balanced food. He frowned. Don't sweat it. I overgrabbed and I'm picky. I pointed at the cafeteria sign. No food waste, or the lunch ladies will roast us. Fearing his pride, I guilted him. We're pals, right? Help me out? He stared, stunned. I shrugged. You're my first gridiron friend. I need buds. I piled meat on his plate. Your mech style's fierce. Nobody here matches you. Want to be my sparring buddy? But I eyed him. Eat better or we're stuck with 1 round a day. I meant it. Healthy, he'd have smoked me. Per the story, mental sea growth ties to differentiation. I can't become an Omega, I smiled. Think it over. Roommate, friend, rival. My pitch shook him. He asked, why train like this? Your family'd let you fight up front? Not so gullible, I mused. Need a fallback. What if my family cuts me loose? His eyes deepened. Lucas's dad ditched him and his mom, per the story. I couldn't spill my deal, but that hit home. Why is a capital heir at a frontier war school? Exile. Deal. He nodded, eating. Lucas was a killer sparring partner. In a month, my mental strength soared. Lucas filled out, our sessions stretched. Sparring results? Let's skip that hero glow. Then a summons from Gridiron's Medical Research Center. Monthly checkups for gene-tweaking drugs to make me an alpha. This month's news? Bleak. Omega likely. On my way back, I saw beta cops hassling a beautiful Omega woman. She looked like Lucas. I stopped my driver. The cops accused her of theft. What'd she steal? Buzz off, rich kid. The lead cop stopped him, spotting my Caldwell crest cufflinks. He coughed. Suspected of stealing noble artifacts, she's coming with us. He pointed at an emerald ring on a chain bearing a crest. She said, it's my husband's. Can I see it, ma'am? She handed it over. I knew the crest, older than the Caldwells. I bowed. Mrs. Reed, an honor. The Wilsons on the Capitol miss you. The cops blanched. The Wilsons outrank us, some in line for the throne. I turned. I know her. A mix-up? I smiled. Ethan Caldwell. Call me Ethan. He wouldn't dare. Gridiron's ours. After they left, she thanked me, shocked I knew her name. I'm Lucas's classmate, she beamed. You're Ethan. Lucas mentions you a lot. I grinned, doubting a lot. I asked about the ring. She said, my husband's. Her tone was flat. He said he'd convince his family to let us marry, told me to wait. It's been 18 years. I froze. A cosmic love tragedy? I planned to pawn it for Lucas's tuition, but they said it's illegal. She calmed, apologizing. I brushed it off. Lucas is a rare friend here. She was thrilled he had a buddy. She sold cookies at a park and invited me for some, plus dinner tomorrow. I agreed. As she left, I smelled cheap suppressants. They're harmful, addictive, aging Omegas fast. Lucas's birth meant she was marked. 18 years without pheromones, just cheap drugs. The pain an Omega endures, I felt choked. I shouldn't interfere, but her health was dire. Best fix, find Lucas's dad for pheromones or unmarking, or switch to better suppressants. But years of cheap ones would make the switch rough. Option 1 was safer. If I'm an Omega, Lucas is my trump card. I messaged the Capitol using Ethan's contacts. Check Wilson bigwigs who left the Capitol 18-20 years ago. Reply. Reaching from the frontier? Ball. Wilsons are near the throne. Screw up, you're toast. 30 seconds later, rich jerk, 3 days. Next day, I brought gifts to their place. Lucas answered in a floral apron, my spatula in hand. I gaped. So did he. Why are you here? His glare could slay beasts. That apron? No menace. I cleared my throat. Your mom invited me. What's with the outfit? He scowled. Get in. He let me in stiffly. Pouring tea, he ditched the apron. No pick. Dang. He said Mom said someone helped her big time and invited them to dinner. Why you? What went down? I explained yesterday. He sat across. Thanks for helping her. I got to it. The ring. That's why I came. He stared, sighed. It's Kenneth Wilson's, my dad's. I was stunned. Kenneth, a Wilson prince, could be king. Lucas could inherit the throne. He went by Ken Pine here, dated Mom, said his family opposed our marriage, went back to the capital to fix it. She was pregnant. He never came back. He added, I figured out who he is. The crest's common. Mom still thinks he's Ken Pine, waiting. I knew more. Kenneth married Amelia Spencer 18 years ago, had a daughter, Clara. His health tanked, the wedding was hush-hush. He's been MIA since. Amelia and Clara handle social stuff. I'd met Clara, potential betrothal if our genes matched. No wonder Lucas hated me. I wanted to stop here. You don't want to meet him? His voice dripped scorn. I can't forgive an alpha who ditched his pregnant Omega. I never met him, but I know Mom's pain. I was shocked. Omegas rank below betas. Some kids diss their Omega moms. Lucas, knowing his dad's power, stayed loyal to her. He's better than capital alphas. He saw my look. You think there's more? I nodded. Kenneth's secret wedding and disappearance didn't add up. He laughed coldly. You believe he's a good guy, or I'll be an S-class alpha? I didn't answer. Tough question. But he does become an S-class alpha. Drop the Wilson thing. I'm here for something else. I told him about his mom's health. He listened, silent. I said, if Kenneth's your dad, she needs better suppressants. He knew the risks of cheap ones. Low-class Omegas die young, unable to afford good drugs. Don't sweat the cost. I got her a job. Baker at Wood's Patisserie. She gave me cookies yesterday. Her talent's gotta shine. She's perfect. His eyes widened. They rejected her for being an Omega. How? I smirked. Heard of my money superpower? He looked lost. I laughed. The shop's mine now. He stammered. Why help me? I got nothing. If it's about Kenneth, I looked calm. We're friends, Lucas. That floored him. I'm joining the army fighting beasts. I can't be an Omega. He thought I liked him, wanted him as an Omega? I'd never. I chuckled. Your face is tomato red. He froze. I said, chill, Lucas. You're badass. You'll be the Empire's top blade. Glory's yours. Per the story, true. He stared, ears red. He touched his face, busted. I gotta check the soup. His communicator buzzed. Lucas Reed, Grace Hospital. Your mom's here. Come now. The call ended. Per the story, she dies now, crushing him. I blame the suppressants. But it's more complicated. We grabbed our coats, bolted. Mrs. Reed sat in the hospital hallway, arm bandaged. Beta cops took her statement, a safe nearby. One cop said, she was mugged, she's shaken, can't talk much. Mugged? How's she? An hour ago, a thug went for her ring. She didn't fight, but he hurt her. A passerby called us, got her here. Minor wound, she'll heal. But what? She's in shock, only gave your number. Lucas knelt, soothing her. I asked the cop, yesterday you probed her for illegal trading. Today a mugging? Coincidence? He snapped, don't spout nonsense. I didn't say my theory. Why so defensive? Hiding something, a voice cut in. Lively scene. A tall, long-haired, charming guy approached. Mr. Snow, you're here. He tossed Lucas a bag. Sedatives, wound meds, change daily. He eyed me. Caldwell's golden boy? Bullying folks here too? Lucas stepped in front, glaring. The guy stayed cool. I'm Sophie Snow, here for you, Lucas. He noted Lucas shielding me. Didn't peg you two as tight, he sighed. Plans changing. Cops surrounded us, hallway cleared. Mrs. Reed was moved to a room. They collared us with shock bands. One misstep and zap. Sophie stared coldly. Thought you were a fallen bastard, wanted to help. Post-differentiation, a good alpha could be useful. But, he glanced at me. You got a new boss. It hit me. Sophie planned to use Mrs. Reed to play hero to Lucas. Lucas roared, you did this? Sophie shushed him. Just a favor for the Wilsons, cleaning a mess. He signaled. A cop pulled a green syringe from the safe. A gene injector. I yelled, what are you doing? Sophie jabbed Lucas's neck. He crumpled, held by betas. Sophie said, data collection, alpha heirs are rare subjects. He smirked. You know my work, Caldwell? He's forcing early differentiation, that drug's for low gene nobles. Barely tested, it's risky without top care. Sophie's a gene researcher. He's Kenneth Wilson's son. So? Who gave me the green light? The Wilsons. He locked us in a secure ward, glass between us. Lucas was strapped down, for Alpha's losing control. 10 minutes later, Lucas was sweating, in pain. Differentiation began. Sophie frowned. High-class genes mean smoother shifts. This pain meant low-class, maybe deadly diseases. My heart sank. Was I messing up the story? I glared. You're done for. He tossed me a communicator. Worry about your own differentiation, not this useless bro, he patted me. Lucas's monitor screeched. A roar blanked my mind. Pain stabbed my brain. We collapsed under Lucas's mental storm. A-class, at least. Sophie stood, removing his bracelet. Gardenia scent filled the room. He's an Omega, posing as a Beta to avoid forced pairing. Now he'd soothe Lucas's C, bonding them. I couldn't stop it. Few Omegas could handle this. Low-class ones would die. Sophie entered Lucas's room. The storm eased slightly. My communicator pinged with capital intel. Reading it, I looked up. Lucas grew tall and strong. Sophie collapsed, clutching his head. Lucas broke free, pinning Sophie to the wall. Sophie gasped, "Let me in, or you'll go mad." That enraged Lucas. His mental storm hit me like a hurricane. He tightened his grip. Sophie's face reddened. He grabbed a remote for our collars. I fought nausea, entering Lucas's room, smashing the remote. "Lucas, snap out of it! You'll kill him!" He towered over me, strong. I couldn't budge his hand. "Kill Kenneth Wilson," I shouted. "He didn't abandon you. He's dead." Lucas's focus shifted. He let Sophie go. Sophie collapsed, coughing. Lucas grabbed my collar, lifting me. The metal burned. "Kenneth died 18 years ago. Your half-sister Clara sent them." 18 years back, Kenneth returned and dropped a bombshell. He wanted to marry a low-class Omega. Nobles can't marry commoners. His family suggested keeping her as a mistress. He insisted she was his only wife. He leveraged his prince title, threatening to ditch it. The Wilsons caved, demanding he secure his title first. To protect her, he cut contact. When his position solidified, he headed to Gridiron. They killed him en route. They used his DNA to create Clara with Amelia Spencer. Clara would inherit everything if she became an alpha. The ring exposed Lucas and his mom. Clara ordered the hit. I grabbed his hand. "Kenneth loved you and your mom." Lucas's rage softened. I said, "You were wanted. Wake up." The pain in my head eased. His sea calmed. "I believed in you, not Kenneth." His eyes focused. I said, "You're the miracle." He crushed my collar, smoke rising from his scorched hand. He tossed it aside. His sea stilled. He never meant to hurt me. He hugged me, head in my neck. I froze. "Thanks." My heart shook. His tears wet my neck. He calmed quickly. Post-differentiation, he was unstoppable. We locked Sophie in the secure ward, collared. He's a capital intel officer, a colonel. Can't let him slip. My guards cleared his goons. Mrs. Reed was moved to a comfy room. I was too busy to think about Lucas's hug or tears. I searched for him landing at Sophie's door. "You like Ethan," Sophie said. I paused, hand raised to knock. Silence from Lucas. Sophie mocked, "Forgot your dad's fate? Nobles and commoners don't mix unless you become Lucas Wilson." "None of your business," Sophie laughed. "You'll avoid the Wilsons, climb the army ranks, then approach the Caldwells, right?" Silence. "Ask your crush why he's on Gridiron." Sophie answered himself. "Genetic disease. He'll be an Omega. You're thrilled, huh?" "No," Lucas snapped, angry. Sophie continued. "The Caldwells won't keep a useless Omega. C-class or higher, he's married off. Below, dead." He teased. "Want him? Become Lucas Wilson and marry into the Caldwells, or he becomes an alpha. Either way, I can help." An alarm blared across Gridiron. A beast invasion. Gridiron's near the Vongshuyan asteroid belt, a deadly zone. Beasts swarm from it, eating star iron, abundant on Gridiron. Their flesh fuels bioenergy. Their spinal fluid fuels gene drugs. Lucas and Sophie ran out. Seeing me, Lucas dropped Sophie's arm, panicked. I sighed. "To the shelter." Beasts eat star iron and humans. The invasion lasted over a month. The beasts hit near Gridiron's orbit, outnumbering past waves. Gridiron's forces struggled. Starlight students joined the fight. I was exempt due to my condition. Lucas, an S-class alpha, shone. He called during breaks, chatting from cramped barracks. At first, he was lively. Then his smiles faded. His teammates were dying. His rank soared, reflecting the war's brutality. He sent a soldier with 100 milliliters of beast spinal fluid. It's key for gene drugs. I'd mentioned my disease needed it. The lab's progress was stalled. Extracting it's tough. Pros struggle to gather a litter yearly. Lucas must have worked hard. He said, "You wanted to pilot mechs across the stars. Your condition might hold you back." He hinted at Sophie's words. "Tell me how much you need. I can hunt the right beasts." My heart stirred. Spinal fluid's rare. I told him to come back soon. His ears reddened. I added, your mom misses you. I cut the call. Nobles planned to flee Gridiron. Beasts wrecked the interstellar transit route. Only nobles could escape. Sophie brought the news. Good, right? Open the route. We can retreat. The invasion was dire. Imperial aid was MIA. I saw no point in holding Gridiron. Sophie was drafted as a medic, treating wounded soldiers. He's an intel officer, but a solid geneticist. He was oddly reliable, loved by the troops. He said, the nobles are taking most resources. The route's too damaged for long jumps. Only short supply runs. Only a few can escape. They were abandoning Gridiron. It's not a resource hub. Fleeing made sense. The nobles I knew were gone. I drove my mech to the transit point. They were boarding with valuables. I blocked the runway. Our troops are fighting. No one leaves. That's an order. And Omega, the commander's wife, spoke. What's your deal? I said, our people are dying. You're staying. A young alpha, one I'd beaten in mech class, snapped, who are you? Your dad ordered this. An older noble shouted, the Empire's done with Gridiron. Join us. I got it. Clara Wilson. Losing Gridiron's no biggie for her. She wants Lucas dead. I aimed my mech's gun. Everyone off the ship, now. A shot rang out. Silence. Stay or die. My guards backed me up. The nobles caved. I made them smile for the cameras, praising the Empire's troops. The punk I'd beaten gritted his teeth but stayed quiet. My guards watched the runway 24/7. 3 days later, Lucas went MIA. No news is good news in war. I visited Sophie at the hospital. He was shocked. A noble caring about folks, not just a show? I sensed his noble-hating vibe. A soldier not from Gridiron brought news. Lucas led a 6-man team to find the beast's source. They suspected a wormhole near Vangshuyan. Lucas's team found and destroyed it. The beasts faltered. But Lucas's team hit a chaotic particle zone. Their ship's electronics fried. Lucas pushed his team out, saving them. He was trapped, drifting toward Vangshuyan. The army hesitated, fearing a trap. They credited another for the wormhole win. I raged. They're leaving him to die. Clara wants him gone. I asked, how long till he hits Vangshuyan? Half a day. Enough time to reach the front. I needed a heavy mech. Sophie grabbed me. You nuts? The Iris needs an A-class mental C. You're not differentiated. I shrugged. Money superpower, remember? I brought an Iris. He gawked. Exiled or planning a takeover? Ethan's mech collection came with him. I showed Sophie my health report. My mental strength second to Lucas. I'm the only shot. The gap's huge, I grinned. Think of it as a bro thing. He handed me a green syringe. Thanks to Lucas's data and fluid, I upgraded the gene drug. It's stable. Take it. You might avoid being an Omega. I pocketed it. Tell Lucas thanks, not thank you, bro. He fumed. Your bro crap makes me gag. I took off in the Iris. It's top tier, 10 times bigger than a standard mech. My mental strength drained fast. I pulled Lucas's mech into the bay. Blood in my throat. I checked his mech. A dead beast lunged at me. I stabbed its brain. It was already dead, likely attacking Lucas. Lucas was convulsing, eyes red. His mental sea raged. A vodka-like pheromone hit me. My head throbbed. I started differentiating. I reached for the syringe. I couldn't do this now. Lucas crawled out, wild. He pinned me down. The scent of irises hit, differentiation. He gripped my throat. I grabbed the syringe. He saw it, gaining clarity. I'm not a beast. His clarity faded. His sea roared. If I became an alpha, I could fight him, but only an Omega could calm him. I dropped the syringe. He snatched it, forcing it into my mouth. Fire burned through me. Pain twisted my senses. Then it faded. I mumbled, "You like me? I love you." He hugged me. I woke to chaos. A dying beast nearby. Sophie was outside the glass. He clapped. "Congrats on your first heat. Never seen an Omega this fierce." I blinked. "What? This is a differentiation ward. You're an Omega, but your mental strength's off the charts, rivaling Lucas." He mused. "Your strength made your heat wild. It'll stabilize." "Where's Lucas?" He's post-surgery, still loopy, in his sensitive phase. Alphas get emotional during that phase. Sophie urged me to record it. Lucas, teary, leapt into my arms. I nearly fell. "Awesome, they said you punched out a beast. You're a badass alpha." I froze. "Who spread that?" He sniffled, nuzzling me. "Sophie said my C needs long-term soothing." He showed me high-match Omegas. I perked up. "Let's see." He looked shocked. "I didn't pick. Don't pick for me," I smirked. "Who'll soothe you then?" He slumped. "Can it be you? No? Fine, I don't want you." His eyes glistened. "Really not you?" I laughed. "You picking a queen? I'm an Omega, I can't help." He nodded, Not we only want you. He pointed at shredded papers, Sophie's Omega list. I thought, my C can chill itself. I just want you, Alpha or Omega. I swiped my data pad. Check this. 100% gene match report for us. I grinned. Sophie buried it at the bottom. No patience, huh? I'd been soothing his C. It was calm now. The Iris needs 2 synced pilots. My mom designed it, wanting to fight beside my dad. Irises mean freedom. I'm chasing that. I offered my hand. We'll be the ultimate duo among the stars. He hugged me. In the sunlight, he said, hey, partner, comrade.